All the information shared in this video is available on the public platform. Nothing is discussed here which may breach the confidentiality of our armed forces. Defense Detective respects our defense forces and works only on the information that is available for public use. Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Defense Detective Global. It is normal for your friends to praise you, but it is a matter of pride when your enemy praises you for your good deeds. We are talking about Pakistan. Till now, you must have heard about the praises of Indian foreign policy in the election rallies of Pakistan. Imran Khan had even made Pakistani people listen to a clip of the statement of our foreign minister, Mr. S. Jaishankar.
पहले हिंदुस्तान का फॉरेन मिनिस्टर उसको हुक्म दिया, उसको कहा कि जनाब आप रूस से तेल ना खरीदें, तो उनके फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने क्या कहा ये देखें.
India is being asked, are you funding this war?
Tell me, buying Russian gas is not funding the war? I mean, why is it's only Indian money and oil coming to India which funds, but it's not gas coming to Europe which funds?
But now it is about Pakistan showering praises on PM Modi. A clip of a statement by PM Modi is going viral in the election rallies in Pakistan. The statement was given by PM Modi 3 years ago in an election rally in which he said that India, through its diplomacy, has taken away all the arrogance of Pakistan and has compelled it to beg around the world.
हमने पाकिस्तान की सारी हेकड़ी निकाल दी, उसे कटोरा लेकर दुनिया भर में घूमने के लिए मैंने मजबूर कर दिया है.
The statement of PM Modi may be 3 years old, but after the way India has made its mark globally in the last 8 years, Pakistani think tanks are now compelled to say that India has done wonders. India has established itself in such a way that now it's being considered as an important player, not only in South Asia but in the whole world. So in this episode, we are going to tell you who has praised India and on what grounds. Times of India writes that the world's two opposing military superpowers are standing as allies with India. It refers to a Pak Daily which has published this report. The print writes that according to Pakistani media, India is relevant to the world and Pakistan should recalibrate its India policy. The print writes in another article that Pakistani media has praised India's growing global footprint under leadership of PM Modi. Asianet writes that Pakistani analysts are saying that Narendra Modi has done something to brand India, which none before him was able to manage. Our purpose of showing the headlines of different Indian news websites is to tell you that even Pakistan has understood that India's stature and power has grown so much that now its enmity with us is going to cost it in the future. India has been praised by Shehzad Chaudhry, one of the renowned names among Pakistan's media. Shehzad Chaudhry is Pakistan's political, security and defense expert. He has been a fighter pilot in the Pakistani AirForce and has retired from the post of Air Vice Marshal. Shehzad Chaudhry wrote an article for the Pakistani news website The Express Tribune on January 13. The article was titled On India. Below it was written that India is relevant to the world, not only in its size and girth, but by its footprint and what matters to the world. In his article, Shehzad Chaudhry has written such hard-hitting things with facts, proofs and logic, which if a sensible Pakistani reads, then he can understand that the dream to grab Kashmir, which the government of Pakistan has been showing to its people for the last 75 years, is now impossible. And it is for the betterment of Pakistan that it should give up enmity and make friends with India, or it will be buried in the pages of history. In this article, Shehzad Chaudhry writes that Modi may be a despised name in Pakistan, but he has done something to brand India which none before him was able to manage. Citing India's relations with Russia and the US, Shehzad Chaudhry has explained why India's relations with the world's two opposing military superpowers are equally good. He writes that Russia is under American sanctions and none can trade freely with Russia except India, which buys Russian oil on preferred terms and then re-export it to help an old patron earn dollars the indirect way. Two opposing military superpowers of the world claim India to be its ally. If this isn't diplomatic coup, what is? Shehzad Chaudhry writes further that it all comes from one word, that is relevance. India is relevant to the world not only in its size and girth but by its footprint and what matters to the world. India's diplomatic success and equally successful foreign policy are a matter of discussion in Pakistan. Imran Khan talks about India's successful foreign policy in almost every rally that he has done. In his article, Shehzad Chaudhry has talked about Indian economy too, because India has a robust economy from last few years. Shehzad Chaudhry writes that India has the fifth largest economy in the world, ahead of the UK. It is aimed to be the third largest economy in the world by 2037. It is fourth in foreign exchange reserves with over 600 billion USDs, whereas Pakistan currently holds 4.5 billion USDs only. India jumped to 100 billion USD reserves in 2004 from the measly 9.2 she had in 1992. Under Manmohan Singh, India increased her reserves to 252 billion USD by 2014. Under Modi, these have galloped to over 600 billion and the GDP is sized over 3 trillion USDs. This is monumental progress, which makes India a preferred destination for all investors. Shehzad Chaudhry writes that India's growth rate in GDP matches the best performing economies over the last 3 decades after China. She is projected to stay on that path. India has world's second largest army and the third largest military. Whatever Shehzad Chaudhry has written is true and based on facts. India's growth can be measured by the growing number of billionaires in our country. One can also see the effect of our growing economy in the new startups. There has been a huge increase in unicorn companies as well. India is home to the third largest number of tech unicorns in the world. Presently, there are more than 100 unicorn companies in India. Shehzad Chaudhry writes in his article that the global list of billionaires has 140 Indians, of which 4 are included in the top 100. Ambanis run multiple interests varying from defense to telecom. AirForce, an IT giant, is a global name. So on and so forth. India stands amongst the top producers in agri-products and in the IT industry. Their yields per acre in agriculture match the best in the world. And despite being a country of over 1.4 billion people, it remains a relatively steady, coherent, and functional polity. In his article, Shehzad Chaudhry also shows the mirror to Pakistan on relations with India and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is called as its fraternal country by Pakistan. Every country, especially Pakistan, wants good relations with Saudi Arabia as it is the most powerful Islamic country. But it is a different matter that countries like Saudi Arabia see Pakistan in a different manner. Shehzad Chaudhry writes that Saudi Arabia, Pakistan's fraternal brother, announced an investment of over 72 billion USDs in India even as we beg her to invest the 7 billion promised for Pakistan. This means that powerful Muslim countries prefer India over Pakistan. They embrace India while shoving Pakistan away. So now the world has also understood that what is propaganda and what is the truth. Praising the Indian foreign policy, Shehzad Chaudhry writes that beginning with Rajiv Gandhi to Modi, there has been a clear distancing of the Indian foreign policy away from Pakistan that turns India more Asia than just South Asia, and a clout which is far expanded. The world has taken note, and regardless how much we play China versus India as a sorry paradigm for face saving, both are now above 100 billion USDs trade that binds them with a common aim to quickly move to 500 billion. Those who trade at that level never graduate beyond sticks and clubs, even if spiked, and whatever the savagery of their brawl, it is time to smell some real leaves. Do you know why Shehzad Chaudhry had to say this? Because both India and China know that war is disastrous for them. Both India and China are treading on the path of development, and the war will throw them off that path. Shehzad Chaudhry's views are practical. In his article, Shehzad Chaudhry also writes about India-Pakistan relations on Kashmir. He writes that one hates to admit, but Pakistan was politically outmaneuvered by India on Kashmir by rescinding Article 370 of its constitution, which gave a special, if not disputed, status to the region. Her gradual mutation of the demographics in her favor continues unabated. And as the older generation of the defying Kashmiris bows out of the young view, issues far less weighed by emotive persuasion. In combination with unmatched density of military presence over decades, the new normal has practically established newer realities. And while Pakistan's principled stance may just remain the same, workarounds shall have to be found to factor in newer realities and graduate policy to benefit from this immense economic activity taking place in the neighborhood. But Pakistan has time and again done things which are disastrous for its future. In fact, Pakistan and its citizens do not have a vision. Anyone in Pakistan who has a vision is not allowed to do or say anything. Its result is that Pakistan continues making disastrous mistakes. The latest example of this was given by Pakistani PM Shehbaz Sharif. Shehbaz Sharif said in an interview to Al Arabiya TV that he wants to improve relations with India. He said that Pakistan has fought 3 wars with India, which has brought misery, poverty, and unemployment to people. He said that Pakistan has learned the lesson and now it wants peace. After this statement by Shehbaz Sharif, his bosses in Pakistan got angry. Damage control efforts were started and a statement was issued by the PMO. In its statement, the Pakistani PMO said that negotiations with India are not possible until reversal of illegal action on Kashmir is reversed. Not only this, Pakistan again tried to play a double game by dragging UAE into this. It asked UAE to pressurize India to talk to Pakistan on Kashmir issue. But if Pakistan keeps ranting about Kashmir, its difficulties are going to increase and its citizens will have to pay for it. Pakistan should think that what they have gained in the last 75 years by just ranting about Kashmir. In his article, Shehzad Chaudhry has asked Pakistan to accept the truth and fix its relations with India. He writes that Modi has brought India to the point where she has begun to cast a wider net of its influence and impact. Pakistan has been skillfully reduced to a footnote in this Indian script. It is time to smell some real leaves. It is time to recalibrate our policy towards India and be bold enough to create a tri-nation consensus, along with China, focusing on Asia to be the spur for wider economic growth and benefit. That alone will turn geoeconomics into a strategy. Breaking away from convention and boldness in conception can address this newer paradigm, or we may be reduced to the footnote of history. We have shown and explained to you the crux of Shehzad Chaudhry's article. We don't know how many Pakistanis will agree with this article because for them it's a matter of dignity. If Pakistanis understand these things soon, then it is for their advantage. They should understand that there is no need for India to conspire against Pakistan. It is destroying itself.
आपके खिलाफ तो इंडिया भी अब साजिश करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. मुझे इंडिया के थिंक टैंक जो हैं उन्होंने कहा कि आप मुआशी तौर पर इतने तबाह हो जाएंगे कि आपसे लड़ाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है, तुम खुद डूब रहे हो, तो हमें आपको क्या करने की जरूरत है.
What he has said on Pakistani media is true. Pakistan has really no importance for India and Indians. We have to focus on our development and our role in the world. Pakistan is nowhere in our agenda. Friends, hope you have liked this video. Please like and share it. And those who are new to the channel are requested to subscribe it. We will be back with another video. Till then, goodbye. Jai Hind.